Squash, born Andre Maurice Whitaker in Montego Bay, Jamaica, is widely known as the 6-6 boss and rose to prominence as a key figure in the 6-6 movement. His tracks, such as Big Breeze, Ambala, and Scotch and Soda, resonated across dancehall audiences, cementing his status as one of Jamaica's compelling voices. His early career was intertwined with the gritty life of St. James Parish. Critics and authorities often accused the 6-6 brand of glorifying gang culture, a charge that followed Squash even as he rode the wave of his breakout hits. In 2018, during a declared state of emergency in St. James, Jamaican authorities detained Squash under emergency powers. The government claimed street violence warranted extreme measures. He spent several months in custody, held without formal charges, before being released in early 2019. Upon release, Squash publicly decried his detention, insisting it was the result of police prejudice rather than legitimate legal action. His lawyers argued his rights had been violated, garnering sympathy from fans and civil rights advocates. Still, playing in Jamaica remained difficult. Reports confirmed that Squash's events were consistently denied performance permits by the police. Concerns they cited were public safety and security risks, allegedly tied to his perceived gang affiliations. These police actions had real financial impact. His team disclosed significant booking cancellations, which not only hurt him economically, but also stymied career growth and left a mark on his reputation internationally. To escape the increasingly fraught environment, Squash relocated to South Florida. He'd later reflect that he needed a free life where he could fully commit to music without constant interference from law enforcement in Jamaica. Unfortunately, his transition to the U.S. didn't mean total reprieve from legal scrutiny. In October 2022, he was rumored to have been shot in Lauderhill, Florida, during a broader shooting incident that left 2 dead. Squash swiftly denied involvement or injury, insisting he had no part in the violence. By early 2023, rumors circulated again, this time about immigration trouble. Though no formal confirmation emerged, insiders hinted he had been detained by ICE for immigration-related violations. In September 2023, after months out of the spotlight, Squash reappeared on Instagram, in apparent good health and even flaunting stacks of cash. His mother confirmed in an Instagram live session that he was free and had no legal entanglements in the U.S., dismissing rumors. Yet in February 2025, serious trouble struck. On February 24th, Miami-Dade law enforcement and FBI executed a traffic stop on the gray Mercedes he occupied. The vehicle was carrying contraband, illegal firearms and modifications, a major breach of federal law. Reports detailed the confiscation of a Glock 19 with a chip Glock auto-switch device, a Glock 35 .40 caliber pistol with an extended magazine, and loaded magazines scattered throughout the car. He and driver Zidane George Prescott, older 24, with a suspended license, were both arrested. Body cam footage captured the entire encounter, which may play a decisive role in upcoming proceedings. Squash was offered a $3,000 bond. He posted bail, but ICE immediately placed an immigration hold, transferring him from Miami-Dade County Jail to the Chrome North Service Processing Center, a primary ICE detention facility in Florida. In court filings, he was charged with illegal possession of a modified firearm, carrying a concealed weapon, and possessing unlicensed firearms, a short-barrel shotgun rifle, and a machine gun. To determine the formal charges and his right to enter a plea, a bond and arraignment hearing was scheduled for April 2, 2025, a postponement from the original March 26 date. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement confirmed his detention at Chrome as of March 6, 2025, reaffirming that he remained detained under immigration holds after bail. By March 14th, he was moved from ICE custody to a federal detention center in Broward County. While no longer listed in ICE's public database, officials say his immigration status remains unresolved. Jamaican authorities, particularly St. James Constabulary, have monitored the situation, vowing that crime gains won't be reversed, and that ensures tight coordination in the event Squash is returned or released. Law enforcement in St. James reported a 73% reduction in murders since early 2025 and warned police are ready to intervene should Squash's legal affairs stir unrest. Squash, His family and legal team continue to maintain his innocence. They argue he's been unfairly profiled, citing past detentions in Jamaica and presenting his lyrics as artistic expression, not evidence of criminal conduct. With firearms modifications like the chip Glock device, authorities suggest these weapons were not merely for protection, but intended for organized wrongdoing, elevating the seriousness of charges. Federal officials may be preparing a racketeering-style case. Though not confirmed, the scale and coordination of the investigation hint at ambitions for RICO-style prosecution, meaning severe legal repercussions if evidence aligns. Jamaican dancehall circles are polarized. Some staunchly defend him, urging presumption of innocence, while others are urging caution, watching the legal process before lending support or criticism. The criminal charges alone carry significant penalties. A machine gun in Florida can trigger federal sentencing ranges spanning 10 to 30-plus years. Add immigration detention, and the situation becomes complex and unpredictable. Deportation looms as an ever-present danger. Even if Squash is acquitted or serves a minimal sentence, unresolved immigration claims could result in removal from the U.S., undercutting any chance to rebuild a music career stateside. The April court session will be pivotal. Prosecutors will finalize charges, defense may seek bail modifications, and a plea timeline might be set. It's the first decisive step in a long legal journey. If a plea deal is negotiated, terms could affect both criminal and immigration outcomes. Prosecutors may pursue leniency in exchange for guilty plea on lesser charges, though that would likely guarantee deportation. His current detention inhibits his ability to work or release new projects, silencing both his music and public communications. Legal counsel likely tightened media restrictions to avoid misstatements in court. There's concern among Caribbean entertainers. This case could recalibrate their relationship with U.S. legal enforcement and immigration authorities, especially when street affiliations overlap with music. Some legal observers suggest Squash's family might seek political intervention. High-profile cases sometimes draw diplomatic interest, though U.S. immigration and federal gun enforcement tend to treat them as criminal, not political. Should authorities expand the case, charging co-conspirators or racketeering, evidence could involve financial transactions, travel records, digital intercepts, or Jamaican-based gang ties. These remain speculative but concerning. For Jamaica, his potential deportation risks reigniting tensions in Montego Bay. Police are mobilizing to ensure even-handed public safety response should his return trigger conflict or celebrations. Despite adversity, Squash retains a loyal fan base. Many argue his music transcends violence. Artistic portrayals should not be equated with wrongdoing. His mother remains vocal, reiterating in social media that Squash don't have a case in a foreign, and emphasizing his right to defend himself under law. Community organizers in Montego Bay have begun planning safe spaces and peacekeeping protocols should protest or unrest follow any court revelations or deportation news. If Squash is deported and barred from U.S. re-entry, his team may strategize on reclaiming career momentum in Jamaica or exploring international markets with friendlier immigration policies. Alternatively, a successful defense in court could position him for restoration, though he'd have to apply for status regularization, which is difficult after immigration violations and weapon charges. This case illustrates a broader intersection of music, street culture, and legal vulnerability, sparking debate on artistic expression versus criminal accountability in cross-border contexts. Should U.S. prosecutors press for federal sentencing alongside deportation, it would mark a rare and aggressive action against an overseas musical figure and signal heightened scrutiny on Caribbean artists abroad. His defense strategy will likely emphasize selective enforcement, his genuine remorse or lack of violent intent, and challenge any insinuations that he led criminal networks beyond his musical brand. Independent legal experts caution that Florida's fast-moving legal system can lead to rapid escalation from arrest to sentence, meaning Squash and team need to stay proactive. Squash's inner circle reportedly remains active off-stage, maintaining public relations messaging and privately preparing for potential extradition proceedings or plea bargaining. A final sentencing, if it occurs, could happen late 2025 or early 2026, dependent on case complexity, pretrial motions, or plea arrangements. No sign yet of civil suits in Jamaica or the U.S., but financial tracing could reveal asset liabilities or victim claims tied to criminal proceeds if prosecutors broaden their case. Social media remains mostly quiet since the arrest. Recommendation from counsel is to let legal work speak, avoiding escalation in media that may jeopardize case outcomes. While the music world awaits April 2nd, stakeholders, from fans to managers, from U.S. prosecutors to Jamaican police, are bearing witness to a legal confrontation that could reshape Squash's legacy.